In today's video, I'm going over Gemini, a cryptocurrency exchange for buying and selling Bitcoin and Ethereum, how the exchange works, and why I think its lower fees compared to some other cryptocurrency exchanges make it a great way to get started investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Hey guys, what's up? This is Eric of Investing Apps TV, and on this channel we talk investing apps, investing tutorials, and investing principles. So if you're new here today, definitely feel free to subscribe to catch future reviews just like this one. With that being said, guys, we're now going to hop into my computer screen and start today's review of Gemini. Alright guys, so here we are now on the home page of the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange. On the home page here, also known as their dashboard, you'll see a couple things important. Firstly, you'll see the last price of Bitcoin. So this is the last current price of Bitcoin, the 24-hour change, how the price has changed in the last 24 hours, and the 24-hour price range, which means how high and how low has Bitcoin been over the last 24 hours. And they'll also show you this for Ethereum. Now, to the right of that, you'll see the most recent trades. This shows you all the most recent trades that have taken place on Gemini, including the time, the price, and the quantity. You could scroll down there. You can always refresh it just so you can get an idea of the most recent trades that are happening on Gemini. And beneath that on the bottom, you'll see where it says your transaction history. This basically shows a recap of all your transactions on Gemini, including deposits, withdrawals. And going back up here on the top, it does show you a total summary of your total balance on Gemini. On the left-hand side, you'll see your current US dollar balance, your Bitcoin balance, and then your Ethereum balance. Now on the right-hand side over here, you'll see something that says account value. So right now, my account value is the same as my US dollar balance because it's all I have in my Gemini account currently. But if I were to have some Bitcoin in my account, for example, it would add that Bitcoin and my US dollar balance together, and that would be my total account value. Beneath that, it does show you how much US dollars you have available to trade, which means how much free cash do you have in your Gemini account that you're ready to buy and sell with at any moment, as well as how much Bitcoin and Ethereum do you have available to trade. But that's basically it on the home page of Gemini. Now I'm going to take you to the buying page. So when you hover over buy, you'll notice it gives you three options. You can buy Bitcoin with US dollars, Ethereum with US dollars, or you could buy Ethereum or Bitcoin with the opposite cryptocurrency, which means you could buy Ethereum with Bitcoin or Bitcoin with Ethereum. But for now, I'm just going to click on Bitcoin USD. That means I can purchase Bitcoin with US dollars. So again, as you can see, I currently have $115.64 available to trade at this time. So right over here, this gives you a little more detail on the price of Bitcoin here on the exchange. Again, it does show you its last price, the 24-hour change, as well as the 24-hour range. And you can set how often do you want this to refresh, because this little chart here is constantly refreshing. As you can see, it's moving on its own. Right now I have it set to 5 seconds, but you can change it to different amounts of times if you want. As you can see, it's currently set to refresh its statistics every 5 seconds. That means the latest price and 24-hour change will change every 5 seconds. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail here in this video. If you want to see more on how to actually buy or sell on Gemini, you can check out my Gemini tutorial video. I'll put it down in the description as well as link it up in the card. But just to give you a brief overview here, this basically shows you the orange here is all the sellers currently on Gemini selling Bitcoin. The blue is currently all the buyers buying Bitcoin on Gemini. And basically, beneath here, you'll see price ranges. So on the far left end here, you'll see closer to 12,900. On the far right, you'll see closer to 13,400. So in the middle, the very middle is kind of where the buyers and sellers are meeting. So this many sellers are putting in limit orders that they want to sell their Bitcoin at a certain price, whereas the buyers are putting in a certain amount they want to buy at. And they meet in the middle right here, and that's where Bitcoin buys and sells take place, right at that middle ground right there. And that's how you get your last price. Right now we're on the buy Bitcoin page, but you can choose what type of order you want to do, the price you want to buy at, how much you want to buy, and then it will show you the total fee. But again, I'll show you that more in the tutorial video. But just to go quickly over the fees real quick, I do want to say that the fees on Gemini are a lot less than on Coinbase, for example. So let's say, for example, I wanted to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. As you can see, the fee is only 25 cents. It would cost me $100.25. So that means it's a 0.25% fee. And if you want to read more on the Gemini fees, you can always scroll down and click on where it says trading fees right here. If you click on that, on trading fees, that will open up a little help article they have on their website. And basically it shows you the fees on Gemini are 0.25% for both makers and takers. And basically all you have to know about that is the makers are people who place orders, and the takers are the people that fill those orders on the Gemini exchange for buying and selling. Now, you do get discounts, as you could see, if you do buy a lot of volume over the course of a month. This means if you trade over 1,000 Bitcoin a month, buying and selling, or 20,000 Ethereum, for most people, you're not going to cross those thresholds. So for most people, you're going to get the flat 0.25% fee for trading fees, but that's a lot less than on Coinbase, for example, where on Coinbase, it could be up to 4% to buy and sell and as low as 1.5% to buy and sell. So as you can see on Gemini, it's easily much, much less. You're going to save a lot less buying on Gemini. And another thing on Gemini where how the fees are less, if you go back to the exchange here, you can also click on transfer fees. That will open up another help article. And there are absolutely 0 fees to transfer into Gemini or withdraw out. So as you can see, if you want to deposit money into Gemini, it's completely free if you want to transfer in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or cash from your bank wires. And the same with withdrawing. To withdraw your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and bank transfers out, it's absolutely free as well. So that's also a great plus. With Coinbase, for example, they do charge fees to transfer deposit into Coinbase and withdraw out. So just another thing to keep in mind, Gemini, the fees are a lot less. Now, the only other thing is with Gemini, you can currently only buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum, whereas on Coinbase, you can currently buy and sell 4 cryptocurrencies. But I'll go over more of that in my tutorial. Again, if you want to sell, you can click on sell. And I don't have any Bitcoin to sell right now, but it's a very similar process here. I could sell my Bitcoin here. Again, a very low fee as well. The next thing I want to show you is where it says transfer funds. You can transfer money into the exchange so you can then buy and sell Bitcoin or Ethereum. So if you want to click on transfer funds and deposit into exchange, you can actually deposit in Bitcoin if you want, for example. You do have a deposit address here. You can take this address, you can copy that address and then paste that into your Coinbase or other Bitcoin wallet to send the money into Gemini so you can trade it here because there are lower fees here if you're interested in doing that. Likewise, you can also deposit in money from your bank. If you click on USD bank transfer, you can deposit in money from your bank account right here. You can choose how much you want to deposit. They currently have low deposit amounts on Gemini for bank transfers. As you can see, they only allow $500 limit per day and about a $15,000 limit per month. So if you want to deposit in more money than that, they recommend doing a wire transfer right here where you could transfer in more. But for bank transfers, you could transfer in $500. And again, there's 0 fees to do that. And the cool thing is those $500, while it will take a full 4 to 5 days before it clears into your account, it's actually ready to trade instantly. So if I were to deposit $500 from my checking account right now into Gemini, it would be ready to trade instantly, ready to buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. Beneath that, again, it does show you your latest transactions for deposits and withdrawals to and from your bank. So you can always keep track of everything there as well. The last thing I want to show you in today's review is if you click over on your name here where it says bank settings, that's where you'll connect your bank accounts. But the last thing I want to show you is security settings. If you're going to be buying and selling on Gemini, I definitely recommend going to your security settings and setting up 2-factor authentication. Now, they do offer 2-factor authentication through SMS text messaging as well as through the Authy Authenticator app. Now, I definitely recommend setting it up and linking it with your Authy Authenticator app. It's a free app and it's a lot more secure than SMS text messaging. So definitely recommend taking advantage of that if you're going to be doing transactions on Gemini. Secure your account as much as possible. Connect it with the Authy Authenticator app and your Gemini account will definitely be much more secure. And that pretty much sums up today's review of the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange. Let me know down below, have you guys ever used Gemini before to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, or do you have another favorite exchange to buy your cryptocurrency? As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you would like to see an actual example of me buying cryptocurrency on Gemini, feel free to check out my Gemini tutorial video where I show you a real-time Bitcoin purchase on the Gemini exchange. If you're interested in that, I'll link it up right over here to the right, as well as some of my other cryptocurrency exchange reviews. Lastly guys, if you have any questions about the Gemini exchange, feel free to leave your questions down below in the comments, and I'm always happy to connect with you guys down there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.